would start recording. I
got my shit off before it came on. Wow.
Hey, yo.
Oh, shit.
What did it do, y'all?
Wow, boy.
Another new week.
No,
Another new episode of Tech File. We all together. The gang is back together,
Hey,
y'all.
gang.
Let's start the show.
Thinking about that earlier.
Welcome to episode 373 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me.
This nigga John.
Oh, that sounded good.
Hey, I have to pull my old mic back to say
This nigga yelling.
Ooh, that sounded good.
Oh, he in the
Hey,
comments.
what's going on?
We're going to get to that
we
in a
was just
second.
talking about you there.
Let's finish the intro. So.
I am the Eric J.
Only known as.
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
It's your boy, K. Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as, ooh, yeah. I was ready this week.
All right, some housekeeping. First and foremost, Shaolin is in the comments. If y'all listen to our outro, you hear him rapping over our beat. We were just having a conversation, sir. We need you to get in contact with us
For
about
sure.
that song because we want to make it the official intro
Yeah.
to the song. We want to do a video. We need you to hit us up, Shaolin.
Yeah, we
You need
sure.
to hit us
I'm
up.
trying to get to it, brother.
And Tim want the lyrics.
I do. I need those. That's what
Hey.
you saying.
It's fire, though. Fam. We really appreciate
It's
it.
fire,
Fam. It's
though.
fire, fam.
Facts.
You was getting your
Facts.
shit off.
Other housekeeping, make sure you follow us on our various social media platforms at Technical File, TECKNICALFOUL, on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok until that is closed down later on this week.
Oh, that's this week?
The 19th, I think it is. So I think that's this
I'll
weekend.
believe you when I see you.
All right. You open that app and
No,
that's
there's a whole lawsuit going on about this shit.
Not my TikTok.
But
You
it's
mother.
No, it's
Because the
legal,
U.S.
bro.
government is about to fail successfully because like they're gonna shut down TikTok and everybody's migrating to a different Chinese app.
Yeah.
Which is crazy work.
Yep. You can also catch us not on that other app, but you can catch
Yeah.
us on Facebook and YouTube at Technical File Podcast, all spelled out. If you were watching the live stream, always like up the video, drop comments. We record live every Tuesday evening, so make sure you have that notification bell on so you can be alerted to when we go live and you can be part of the show with us. So
Be part of the festivities.
I think that's all we got for housekeeping here. Now it's
Mhm.
time for the game that needs a name.
Damn, I forgot what we said already.
Albums.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I ain't never heard someone pronounce that word that way before, but
Bloom.
if you are unfamiliar with the game that needs a name, it is a rapid fire memory based game where we choose a topic, as you heard Tim say, albums,
Albums.
music albums, any genre, anytime, just albums. No repeating. You get about 5 seconds to answer, and then the last person remaining wins. So, albums. Why don't we start with Tim?
Must be out.
In my own words.
The White Album,
Reasonable Doubt,
Thriller.
808s and Heartbreak.
the Black Album.
The Blueprint.
The White Album.
My Dark Twisted
Someone said that
Fantasy.
already.
Oh, who said that?
I did.
Man, what the fuck?
The first thing you said. I don't know. My Dark Twisted Fantasy is where you was at. Go ahead.
The Blueprint 2.
Late registration.
Trap music.
The Blueprint 3.
19.
T.I. versus T.I.P.
Hey,
21.
That's fire.
Another level.
Paper Trail.
25.
Purple Rain.
Kaleidoscope.
Whitney Houston.
Dirty Minds.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
Section 80.
Damn.
Purple Rain.
I said that.
Hey.
I knew you would. Oh, damn.
I knew you would. You could have heard me.
GNX.
It's a long
God dang, 47. That's where I was going.
Oh wow, I won.
I'm mad. I got out the paint quick as a bitch.
The White Album. I'm like, no.
It happened every week, fam. Every week.
I had a game plan, but then I forgot all of Neo's albums. Like,
Yeah, you started off with the first one and then. Yeah.
I should have went my first strategy. I was trying to be fancy.
I was just going with my favorites.
I was going to say all my favorites. No, none of y'all said none of my favorites. I would have been still.
I forgot all my favorites in real time.
That's why I started with Neo. I was like, all right, I'm just going down my favorite list.
In real time, I forgot all them albums.
Neo, Miguel, Kendrick. Like, I stayed around there, but I just forgot them all.
All right, y'all. We got some fun topics to cover this week. We're going to start with NFL, talk about Wildcard weekend and some things that go along with that. A little bit of a preview of the divisional round. We're going to go into the NBA, talk about the trade deadline, talk about Mr. Tweaker. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We're going to talk about some Detroit basketball, some WWE, and then some quick hits on some coaching news before we get out of here. So, fun show on tap. Let's get it started. What we got Serial Sensei in the comments. He said that Sam Darnold Scooby-Doo mask came off and underneath it was another Sam Darnold mask.
It was just Sam without the beard.
Yep.
They was ready to crown that man.
Quickly. But hey, the Vikings are at home just like the Packers. So why don't we start with that matchup there with the Green Bay Packers?
All right.
Sigh like you ain't put it on there.
Or that you didn't know they lost.
It doesn't make it hurt any less.
I'm over it.
But
the
Green Bay Packers.
I was over it in the first quarter when I saw that nigga fumble. I said, "Oh boy."
No, I had faith until the fourth quarter.
You had loved it.
No,
did he recover that fumble?
He looked like he did, and the NFL said he did not.
He did not. That's what they said. So the Green Bay Packers lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 22-10 in the wild card round this past weekend of the NFL playoffs.
Yeah,
so my question was, what grade would you give this season based on what you've seen, and what do you think is next for the Pack?
Okay, so grade in the season. I give the Packers somewhere in like a B minus range. I think they came into the season with heightened expectations over what they did last year. They got more wins than last year, so there was progress in that sense. But they took a step back in the division. Going 1-5 in the North,
that's tough.
That's kind of weak. So they took a step back. I think the offense took a step back as a whole. I thought they were going to take a jump, and that jump didn't occur. And then for the defense, they stepped up. They were better than what I thought they would be. Special teams was still a train wreck. Outside of finding Brandon McManus, which bumps their grade up somewhat, because at least you had a kicker, although he missed a field goal.
He missed it. I'm like, I just started laughing. I was like, yeah,
this is what it's going to be, huh?
That fits.
Like 35, 35, 38? Okay.
It's kind of crazy how quickly the best division in NFL history is flaming out. Boy. Yeah, I'm with you. I was gonna say I could B minus. Like, I think that overall is a successful season. They went 11-5.
5.
Yep.
They only lost, aside from the Bears, they only lost to like the most elite of
11-6.
Wait, no, we ain't the league.
Yeah, thank you.
We ain't the league though. It's cool.
You're not. Like, it's that's actually inaccurate.
That was a bad loss.
Yeah, we're far from it.
Yeah. But like otherwise they took care of business all season. They lost the teams that they probably should have lost to, and they beat the teams that they should have beat, sans the Bears.
They lost when they supposed to lose.
Low key, they should have lost the other games.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like damn, y'all would have lost
all the division
games. That would have
that
been crazy.
That would have been nuts.
That would have been crazy.
Jordan Love didn't take the leap that we all expected him to. I wouldn't say he fully regressed, because I think he was dealing with injuries most of the season, which makes a difference. But he did show flashes throughout. So like, I'm still fine with him being the quarterback of the future. Like, people are so damn
progress isn't always linear.
Fickle, bro.
And a lot of people, you can tell, did not watch Brett Favre. You can tell a lot of people did not watch them, especially when he was younger.
Opened them up 22 picks in the season. 24 picks in the season.
I mean, on top, all interceptions aren't made the same.
No.
Like, the third one, his final one in the game that Love had, that should have been defensive pass interference. That he just pulled him down in the end zone.
He tackled him.
Just pulled him down.
Refs ain't say shit.
And the other interception he had when it was over the middle right to Bond.
I don't know what the fuck he saw there.
So Matt LaFleur explained it. and he said pretty much a route was ran wrong. The receiver was supposed to be at the 20. He only ran about 15 yards. He messed up where his spacing messed up where the safety was. If he ran the route the way he was supposed to run the route, Love would have been able to throw that right over.
Gotcha.
And it would have been a completion.
So it was like an anticipation.
It was an anticipation throw, and then the route wasn't ran the way it was supposed to be ran.
It still was a bad throw.
So it's again for me one of the things where I'm like, the one that was the bad one to me was the 1-on-1 with Wicks and Slate. That was one where I was like,
that was underthrown. That was a bad throw.
That was not the one. That was a bad.
That one across the middle was one of those like I feel like he didn't see Ball in there at all.
Well, he wasn't looking. That's what she was saying.
It was a timing thing, sure,
to a spot. And then the spot didn't clear. And on top of that, too, if you watch the play again, Kraft stumbled as well.
Right, I was saying
Kraft stumbled, and then the other guy didn't run the route as deep as he was supposed to. So it was like a double.
And even what the ball was, like if the ball was thrown exactly where it was supposed to be at, regardless, Bond was there the entire time.
But Bond wasn't supposed to be there, is what I'm saying. It was an anticipatory throw that didn't work out right because the routes weren't
like
ran.
You never noticed. Like there are times within the game where like these throws are made where he's not looking.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because like
it's a spot
people
throw.
are going where they're supposed to. It's like he's not even looking for where Bond is because he's supposed to be looking over here to keep his eyes on this side of the field so that they're reacting to that. And then he throws it to the spot where he knows his guy's supposed to be.
Right.
If his guy ain't there, or if somebody fucked up where like they didn't draw the person away that they supposed to, like it's gonna look bad.
I'll send you the clip because after Matt LaFleur said that today in his exit presser, some Packers beat guys put together the video of saying like, okay, this is what Matt LaFleur is saying, and this is why. So I'll send it to you so we can move off of that one.
It's like if it's a basketball game, if somebody throw a no look pass, but like as soon as he throw the pass, the dude that was in the corner just cut.
So then my next question is, was that the only read on that route?
I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that.
Because I still say that's a bad throw.
We can just
like, no, I get the concept and everything, but if that literally was the only read for the play,
it wasn't.
That's one
there's
thing.
Never the only read on
Correct.
the play, though.
That's why I said it was a bad throw because he probably could have, if instead of making that one, throw it somewhere else. Throw it to another person or out of bounds or something. Because he was actually getting chased in real time. So he could have just thrown it away.
He could have done that.
That's why I'm like, it's a bad throw.
I can't call it
Is it a bad throw or a bad decision?
More of a bad decision, if anything. Because we don't have to spend.
I get that. I'll agree with y'all on the decision.
We can move on. But the point is, it was too many of that in the offense in general. Like a lot of people are going to put that on Love and Love alone. But I hope like this conversation helped open up. Like it's not just him. It's the receivers as well. Like the receivers regressed. I feel like as a whole this season. Not as dynamic. They didn't win their matchups. Too many drops. Like all in all, like the offense.
I think Reed had a good year.
He started off with a good year. He did not.
And he was one of the worst drop people.
He did not have a good year. He started off hot, and I was like, man, he's about to continue. And then it just...
I do wonder if, like, the lack of hierarchy kind of hurts in that regard, where it's, like, too many mouths to feed, and nobody really is able to get into, like, a rhythm, get into... You know what I mean? Like, if you have a go-to guy, it's like, okay, he knows what he's supposed to do. Everybody kind of slots in behind that. Right. But if you got Dobbs is mad because he think he's the number one, but, like, he ain't get targets this week, or Wicks is mad because he doesn't get as many snaps, or Watson is like, I just keep running go routes and you ain't throwing it to me. Like, he's upset. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's mad because, like, they don't have, there isn't the proper hierarchy there for, like, okay, I'm going to him one and then everybody else.
Yeah, because I'm like, when you said the year for Reed, I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was a couple games where he only seen the ball probably twice the whole game. And I'm like, I know that's not by design because he's one of our most dynamic players on offense. And the way that he played, I would have thought, and like you said, the way he started, I would have thought that they would have kept feeding, but there was a gap in a couple games where he only seen 2 or 3 targets.
Well, I remember there was a point where LaFleur was basically like, the attention that he draws is the most important part, where it's like he's taking attention away, which opens up other guys. So like, even if he isn't getting the ball, he's still a dynamic weapon because like they have to account for him.
And they miss Watson in that sense too, in that playoff game, because when he's on the field, he opens up everything for everyone else. And I was surprised that the Packers didn't lean more on Kraft and Musgrave when they were only down to 3 receivers. I don't know why they didn't feature their tight ends more. Matt LaFleur said today that he needs to do a better job of featuring his tight ends. I'm like, you
got 2 really good ones.
You got some there. But because you're not a Packers fan, what would you grade the Packers season? I'm just curious.
I feel like you guys are right. Like a B-. All like again, like with the division, all the division losses that they had. But at the beginning of the season, wasn't nobody expecting Minnesota to do nearly as good as they were. So that was definitely an anomaly or whatever. But yeah, I say a solid B-.
Yeah.
And to go back to the game, the Packers defense looked really good.
Yeah, they did their job.
But Philly's offense didn't really look too hot either. And I'm not going to say that it was strictly just because of the defense, but they really just seemed like kind of like out of sorts. And if they go into next week playing like that, like it's not going to be looking good for them.
You know, it kind of sucks.
You said who the Eagles got?
Yeah.
They are playing
the
Rams.
Yep. The Rams offense was looking crazy.
Yeah.
Because
they got some pieces.
They got
crazy.
And their defensive line. But no, it's just it just kind of sucks that once again we have another wasted opportunity by elite defense, holding a team who's known for putting points on the board and giving our offense ample opportunities. And once again, it's because we didn't put points on the board as opposed to
it's
giving them up.
Like I've been saying this since week 5, 6, where it's like the Packers are great
when they don't
beat themselves, and this was a game where they beat themselves. Like,
boy,
yeah, that's what it came down.
They were definitely in a position to win that game. Like it's not like Philly outplayed them. It's just they played poorly.
And the fact they went into halftime only down by 10 points,
when
they had 3 turnovers at that point,
and a missed field goal,
and a touchdown they should have had, but he fell out his break and he had it beautifully. But
it just seemed like everything that could go wrong went wrong,
kept going.
And it's like it's hard to come back from that though.
Yeah.
It's like, fam, like as a player, as a coach, everything's like, fam, literally ain't nothing going our way. Like this just not
left
our
guard,
day.
starting left guard.
And then y'all was dropping like flies. Yeah.
The backup come in
every drive.
Why did they put Glover in the game for Jenkins when he had only played 13 snaps the whole year?
Because the backup to the backup only played like 10.
Telford was the better option to start with. Telford ended up replacing Glover in the game, and then they got a bit better. But
then that motherfucker had back-to-back holding calls.
No, he didn't. That was Glover. Glover had 3 penalties before they pulled him.
And then Bro came in and had
he didn't have back-to-back. He had
the dude that came in at the end, he was the one that got beat so bad that he hurt his center.
Yes, and then he's also the one that was pulling the collar down on the one we had like a big run or 40-yard it was.
I'll say this and then we can continue to move on because you also asked what's next for the Packers. At this point, season is over. Let me ask you this. This offseason, what position groups do they need to add to? As in, what's next? What do they need to add to this team?
I mean, you asked about that. I don't think I'll say
You might not be wrong. You might not be wrong.
Honestly, I'm always they can stand pass rush. I think is number one for me. They just didn't generate enough pressure on the quarterback.
Agreed. You saw Philly getting consistent pressure with Ford, and the Packers could not do that.
He was having plenty of time to throw the ball.
Plenty.
That man was
and that's a position group that the Packers have invested a lot in, but it is not working.
What the hell was Kenny Clark at?
All season, you can ask that question.
Season.
The Packers didn't get enough from their high.
We lost Devontae Wyatt, so it was like.
I think again, that's the scheme thing where it's somebody flourishes in one scheme and may not. I think the 4-3 just doesn't suit Kenny Clark. Yes, he's a great player, but I think he's a great 3-4 player, and not necessarily as great a 4-3 player.
So pass rush, where you go?
I would say fortify the lines in general.
They need the offensive line for sure too as well.
I normally wouldn't go this route, but me, I think number 1 would be wide receiver.
Number 1, okay.
Number 2, I think would be corner.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing Band-Aid with the secondary for a while at cornerback.
Yeah. Valentine, right?
Valentine's one who got stiff arm
6 times in the same possession. That's a grown man. But that's a big motherfucker.
I wouldn't
stop tackling at the head. Why are you tackling up top?
But he just
right. Go for the fucking knees, bro.
He was like, what?
I'm coming in. Watch out, bro. Watch out, bro. You get popping him on the forehead and shit. Like he was thumping him on the nose.
No, I feel you.
Thumping him on the nose.
I feel like Jair was supposed to be, hey, okay, we got one half of the field locked down.
And then he got hurt
and
again.
He's been hurt.
And it don't sound like he's coming back because when they asked him to talk after, he was like, I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm gonna decline.
Who he mad at? His body?
I don't know. Because I was about to say there's nothing injuries happen.
Yeah.
And some people consistently get injured after an initial injury.
It's
it
football,
happens.
They put their bodies through hell. So
I'm not gonna blame him for that. It's just the fact that we haven't had you for half the time since the contract.
What are you mad about? That's what I'm saying. Because you got hurt. I don't know how you mad at the world because you can't be out on the field.
And I wish that he was here because when we had him a shutdown corner like that on that side with a McKinney back there would be crazy. Because now you only have to worry about makeshifting the other third of the field.
So you see how much his production, McKinney's production, dropped off once Jair went out.
Yeah, and so now a good cover corners though, and corners helps your pass rush as well. They both kind of go hand in hand.
It does, and then the pass rush helps the corners because they don't have to be out there all day trying to defend.
Correct. So that's why I'm like, for me, 1 and 2 is wide receiver because we need a dog. We need just that. Hey, no, bro, open. He's always open. Honestly, give him the ball.
Again, like this comes back to what LaFleur was saying. It's like, you got one. It's Tucker Kraft. Like that's your dude. Like, I don't know.
Feature him.
Yeah, true. And number 2, get us somebody who's gonna blanket a motherfucker long enough for our pass rush to get there. Even if they then, because I feel like they was playing prevent defense a lot, or not spy. They was playing QB spy a lot just to make sure that Jalen didn't kill us on the ground. Had they been able to just tuck their ears back, if we put a touchdown on the board, our pass rush probably would have changed. They probably would have blitzed a little bit more. They probably would have been a little bit more aggressive, but because of the fact that the run was still a big factor, they couldn't rush the way that they wanted to. They was more so contained it.
Either way, it's always going to be a factor because you have Jalen, and then you also have Saquon. Like, you got to.
But you change the game plan with the score.
You do, and then on top of that, you saw Hafley adjust during the game with him sending more blitzes because they couldn't generate pass rush before. And I think for me, it's like positions in need is 4 groups where I'm like, this offseason you got to invest. And I don't care if it's through the draft, free agency, because the Packers are going to have some money. They are going to have to. We're
already down about like $22 million.
They are finally out of cap hell. Finally. But in the NFC North, of all the 4 teams this offseason, they're going to have the least amount of money. The Bears got money this offseason. The Lions got money this offseason. The Vikings got money this offseason. But the Vikings got a lot of free agents too. But Packers,
most of their money going to their
Packers actually don't have that many people that they can go.
No, the people who are like free agents restricted, like they're not key guys. Like you can bring them back, you could not.
Do you follow Ken, the Packers cap guy?
Yeah, but they need pass rush. They need wide receiver. They need offensive line. They need cornerback. Those are the 4 groups for me where it's like y'all gotta tighten that up. Y'all gotta tighten that up.
Number 3 would be offensive line to me. I miss the days where we had offensive line
They still do. It's just they have some injuries along the line as well. So like once you hit so many injuries, like it's tough. It's tough. Eric, why don't we go with you next since you kind of transitioned from Green Bay to Green Bay?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's never too early to start. I mean, we're basically just talking about the draft. Psych. We are playing.
Hell no.
We are playing who he coached for.
Wait, come on. Niggas be getting bamboozled in this motherfucker, dog.
And we need like a game show sound effect where you just start kicking shit off.
Because I read it, I was like, what we gonna talk about this? Like, what we...
I mean, we just had a whole conversation about it before the show.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, well, what? All right.
But there's a wrinkle because there are only so many coaches. It's both NFL and NBA.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Yeah, so I'm going to say a name. You have to tell me what team they coach.
Hold on, let me see. I found some copyright game show music. Hold on, let's see if this No,
that's gospel.
You are tuned in to Who He Coached For, hosted by the Eric J, starring Tim K and Harry the Gentleman.
Gang.
He really threw a gangster.
Oh, my bad. I forgot we live. My bad. Forgot we live.
Ain't blur that.
What is he doing with his hands?
Who wants to go first?
He got arthritis.
Ladies first.
Not ladies first.
Come on, you playing?
No, I'll go
first.
first.
Shots at each other at the same.
Exactly.
I will keep score.
Okay, I'll go first though. Let's get it.
All right, it's the same rules as who he played for. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna give you a name. You tell me who they played for. Okay. If you get it wrong, if you get it right, you get 2 points. If you get it wrong, the other person has a chance to steal for 1 point. Okay. Ken, I've actually asked you about this guy before, like 3 or 4 years ago. You couldn't tell me. You should know now.
I don't remember now.
You should know now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Bucks are 47, 26.
Yes, they are.
Mark Dagnall. Who he coached for?
Who Mark Dagnall?
You need to know the sport.
He say Siri.
He trying to call Siri to help.
It's an AI-free game.
What sport?
I can't tell you that. It's either NFL or NBA.
Mark Dagnall.
And I should know.
Yes.
You should know.
So he must be with the Lakers.
You got
Dang,
5
the
seconds.
Lakers.
4.
You know who the Lakers head coach
3.
is.
I know.
2.
Like that, though.
Give us a
1.
team.
Give me just name a team.
Hornets.
Nope, that's
That is
Charles
incorrect.
Sorry. I don't know if he's on the list.
He is.
Sorry.
So, for
I
1
didn't
point,
hear that.
Tim, who does Mark Dagnall coach?
He was making it seem like he knows shit. He
The
don't know
Bulls?
shit either.
That is incorrect. Camille,
Isn't it Thunder?
it is the Thunder.
You're right.
Number 1 team in the West.
You all right?
Yep.
Why would I know?
Tim.
I don't watch them niggas.
You should.
I watch when they be cooking. They ain't cooking everybody. No, I like Shay though. Shay be cooking.
Tim, for 2 points. Mike McDonald. Not
Miami
Mike
Dolphins.
McDaniel.
Oh shit!
I thought it was Michael McDonald. But shit.
I went straight to McDaniel.
I did
Yeah.
too. I sure did too.
Mike McDonald. Who he coached for?
That's the,
Sacramento.
That is incorrect.
Ken.
Michael
Again,
McDonald.
for
That's-
1 point. Mike McDonald.
It doesn't sound like an NBA guy.
It don't.
So I'm gonna go NFL. Mike McDonald.
All right.
Then no.
Just
I
give
mean,
me
I
a
didn't mean
team.
to say different.
3.
The Bills.
That is incorrect.
Shoot, I don't know who that nigga coach for either.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, I definitely would have known that.
Ah.
All right, Ken, for 2
I
points.
would have said Pete Carroll.
He might be your
I'm gonna
coach.
say he just interviewed with y'all.
I know. Old ass nigga.
Actually, I'm gonna switch it up. All right, Ken, for 2 points.
Okay.
Jordy Fernandez.
Ooh.
Jordy Fernandez.
Yes, he is a head coach in a professional sport.
Jordy Fernandez.
Yeah.
We're going to have to speed this
Yeah.
timer up.
Oh my bad. Okay.
4, 3.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
That is incorrect. Tim.
Beats the hell out of me.
I have no clue who that is.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have known.
Did he just get hot?
This year?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he knew to the game.
I don't know what's going on.
He new to the game.
We definitely have to go to sudden death.
Right.
You're gonna lose that.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all, let's say 10 seconds each. I'm gonna say a name.
Okay.
Whichever
let's
one's the first one to get it
Get
gets
2
2
points.
points.
There we go.
What right now?
Yep.
From
All
here
right.
on out. From
All
here
right,
on
let's
out.
go. All right.
All right. So Dave Canales.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Toronto.
Both of y'all wrong. That is the Carolina Panthers. All right. Brian Callahan.
Oh shit.
that's easy.
I know.
You know that one.
Detroit Pistons.
That's incorrect.
No.
3,
Damn, it's right there.
2, 1. Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor. His team has been in the playoffs a lot.
You know it. It's right there, Tim.
I know it. Too.
Can you like his quarterback?
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
giving you the lead.
And you know the sport now.
Cincinnati. God damn it.
There you
There
go.
you go.
We
I
got 2
knew
points.
it.
Hey.
I knew it was. I was like Cincinnati. Okay. Let's
Get
go.
on the board.
2 points.
The,
Hey,
the
go.
person that inspires this game, because even I didn't know who the fuck he was. Brian Keefe.
Inspires who game? What?
Because this is how
This
he
is
got
why
the
I
idea.
thought about it, because
Oh,
I'm like, I
'cause
don't
of
know who the fuck he was.
Brian Keefe.
Brian Keefe.
I'm gonna say Brian Keefe probably played. Coach for
Team is
his
ass.
basketball.
It is.
So he plays for. Come on, Tim.
3, 2.
Tim's over there looking stressed.
Toronto.
Charlotte.
Toronto.
That is incorrect. You said Toronto.
Yeah.
That is also incorrect. He's a Washington Wizards head coach.
Oh, that
Last
definitely
one,
was up.
Camille said it. Although I
did.
think both of y'all have guessed this team
I
already.
didn't hear what she said.
Charles Lee, former Bucks assistant head coach. I gave you the lead.
And I definitely said it
I
like
know.
5 minutes ago.
Oh, Charlotte.
There you go.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
okay.
I done said Charlotte like
Yeah,
anytime.
so-
2-2.
Yeah, we
It's tied 2-2.
All right, let's go. Sudden death. Let's get it.
Who's a good one? D'Amico Ryans.
Houston, Texas.
God damn it.
He got it.
There you go.
Ain't no win that still.
That's right. At least I knew that one, though. At least I knew that one.
Hey, you got on the board.
I
You got on
know.
the board. You got
At
on the
least I
board.
knew that one, though. God damn.
That was a good game.
Was it?
We sucked.
No, we trash, man.
Yo,
And then you added 2 sports. I'm like, man, hold on. I'm struggling with one.
Somebody like, fuck these guys.
Right.
The Hispanic, what was his name?
Jordy Fernandez.
Yeah, Fernandez. I was like, I had no clue.
He said, I never
I had
heard
literally-
that name.
I forgot
literally
that fact. So who
never
he coach for again?
The Nets.
Brooklyn. I literally never heard his name before. That's
Y'all
crazy.
are hilarious.
I'm not gonna hold you.
That's crazy.
Never heard that.
Why don't we go with you next, and we can end with the divisional round preview.
So I hate that every time, like, we know how the coaching carousel is, and you know, coaches come and coaches go. Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers coach,
a legend,
like one of the greatest, best coaches to ever coach. Right, always had a winning season, but they have not won a playoff game since 2017, and I understand that, right? But there really was scuttlebutt around people really saying that maybe Pittsburgh should really rethink Mike Tomlin as their head coach. How, if you guys were the front office, the owner of the Steelers, would that even be a thought in your head to possibly move on from Mike Tomlin?
So here's the thing about Pittsburgh. Look at who they've had at quarterback for the last 10
Exactly.
years.
It's not his fault.
If it is his fault, it's because they're suffering from success. Because their best bet is probably to bottom out for a year, draft some future quarterback, and then go from there. Like, drafting in the middle of the first round is not going to yield the results that you need.
They thought Kenny Pickett was.
They sure did.
They thought he was the one.
And I mean, like, I'm sure he was involved in that decision, but you know, I think Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback drafted that year, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
I think he was, and that was just a shit draft for quarterback. So I don't know what to tell you, because it's like he gets you into the playoffs routinely,
consistently, never lost.
And there are teams that would kill to have
absolutely
a playoff.
Get rid of him, let him come to Chicago. Y'all on some bull. We can do that.
And he has no trade clause. I heard that there were teams also inquiring, like, will the Steelers be willing to trade him?
Who?
Mike Tomlin.
Oh.
Like, would you be willing to trade Mike Tomlin? And Mike Tomlin was pretty much like, I got a no trade clause. I'm already focused on 2025. Like,
I ain't going nowhere.
I don't know. I get it. Like, I think you have to ask the question of, like, is this still the best configuration for our team? But
not if it's nothing. What will be better than Mike?
That's the question. Where it's like
that's like, yeah, it's like what possibly can be better than him?
Consistent. You have a culture. You have an identity.
They play for him. They play hard as hell.
And that's where the questions is coming in, because it's like, all right, y'all ain't won a playoff game in years though, and it's consistent and as.
Because they have no business being in the playoffs in the first place. Is what it is.
And yet, and still, they're well coached to that point. So it's like, it's not that he's losing players in the locker room or anything like that. He's coaching his ass off. He's out. He always has been.
Who wouldn't want to play for Mike Tomlin?
A lot of people.
And it's one of those things where I feel like the front office is, if it came from them, but what the rumors, it's probably just fans though. But the rumors is, let's just try something new. Don't know what it is. Let's just try something new. Not necessarily because you need to. Like you said, the front office needs to supply him with better product on the other side of the field. But
supply the product.
Hell yeah, it's been Reggie. It's been Reggie. He turning that motherfucker to gold. And if he has a superior talent like that at the court, like when he had Big Ben, they was cooking.
Yeah, they was winning.
Then he got old. And too freaky.
He was freaking before he got to the league.
Hey, no, too much.
That's the OG.
But since then, they've been cursed at quarterback. They have not had nothing or nobody
since Big Ben.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I used to like Big Ben was cold.
The motherfucker was cooking.
Big Ben was cold.
But if you can't give him even somebody close to that caliber, like Big Ben's a Hall of Famer, sure. But it's one of those, like, he hasn't had that fire of a quarterback since him.
You got Russell Nelson.
Russell probably
he hasn't had that fire of a quarterback since him.
What's the respect of my man?
Like, young Russ, if he had Russ from 4 years ago, then yeah, maybe you can make that argument.
Hey, Russ had a good season.
If he had Russ from 4 years ago, then yeah, maybe you can make that argument.
Seattle Russ.
He
Russ had a decent season.
He started off better than he finished.
That's
story of a lot of niggas' lives.
But all in all, I don't think that Mike Tomlin should be moved.
No, absolutely
no, not at all.
They already said that he's come back anyway.
Yeah, I think.
But I just have to like that. I don't know.
Steelers have had 3 coaches since like.
I was just going to say that. Like they don't go through. They
coaches
don't
like that.
Yeah, like
and that's the thing. Like, because sorry to cut you off, but that's the same thing with Packers fans, where it's like you don't know like what the ghetto is essentially. So like you think like
I'm a Bears fan. I know. We go through quarterbacks. We go through coaches. Just every year we go through something new. Like no. It's not fun over here, fam. The ghetto is not fun.
I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. I see Shaolin said, I'm glad the belt was on the line for that one. I'm thinking he's talking about who he coached for.
Hey, beltless, fam.
Damn, we got real shady in this motherfucker, bro. All the goddamn lights go.
Beltless out here, fam.
As we wrap up NFL, I want to just ask y'all, rank the divisional round games from 1 through 4. Okay. 1 being the matchup you're most excited about, 4 being the one that you are least excited about.
All right.
The 4 matchups we have this weekend are Texans at Chiefs, Commanders at Lions, Rams at Eagles, and Ravens at Bills. And I can tell y'all right now, Ravens at Bills is number one with a bullet.
Number one. That's going to be a great ass
That's
game.
the game of the weekend
that
right
game
there.
Is going to be
That's the game
lit.
of the weekend.
I think I'm rooting for a DMV Super Bowl.
DMV Super Bowl?
Ravens Commanders?
Ravens Commanders.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Is Ravens Bills your number 1 too, Tim?
Yeah.
I also want the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. So
get Lamar Jackson one.
I want him to get one.
Deserves.
And Derrick Henry. I need to see them get that. What's the second game you're anticipating this weekend?
Eagles and Rams for me. I think it's gonna be a shootout.
It should be.
It has the chance of being like a destruction. But
did y'all watch the Commanders game?
Yeah, that was the best game of the weekend.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying, that's a different.
Yeah, exactly.
Texans, the Chiefs are just so.
That's probably my least. Well, the Texans defense might make that game interesting.
It's probably gonna be a pretty good game because they can run and throw on both sides.
Maybe that's second because it's the Chiefs. You got to just see what they're gonna do.
I just feel like the Chiefs are very efficient and they win.
That's
not
my thing.
An exciting game to watch.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I was like, dude, they find a way to win. They've been doing it.
That's what makes their games exciting because like, how the fuck are they gonna pull this one off this week?
It's the Crash Holly team where it's the Houdini of hardcore where they just
and I want to see if they can. I want to see if they can do it again because the Texans' offense I'm not as sure about, but that defense is
defense
real.
Yeah.
So maybe that's number 2 for me actually, and then I would probably go Commanders, Lions.
Shella is yelling at us. Sorry,
who that?
Shella. I'm hearing average ticket prices for the Lions game for an actual seat is in the 900 range. Highest ticket price.
Here she goes.
The Super Bowl. That doesn't surprise me at all. Y'all hosting a playoff game in Detroit, and y'all are the number 1 seed.
They running that up.
I'm surprised the minimum tickets ain't 4 digits.
I'm glad that's the context you took out of it.
Championship game.
I got her coming in boasting and bragging about the hottest ticket in town. Come see the Lions. That's what I got out of it. That's what I see with all them capital letters while she coming in yelling. That's what I heard. Hey, good luck.
I said after the Packers lost, I said what I want one of the Vikings or the Lions to lose. I want them to get demolished. The Vikings did that. Shout out to Dwayne.
Yeah.
And then I said I want the other team to lose in heartbreaking fashion.
Ooh, so the Lions lose by a field goal.
Go Commanders. I'm definitely. Definitely. I don't want to see neither one of them teams in the Super Bowl. Vikings already gone.
They need to lose to a Hail Mary.
Wait, what?
That's what the Lions need.
Rooting for the Lions last year?
No. I said I didn't mind last year.
Oh yeah.
This year though.
Next year is fine.
This year, y'all got a little too much dip on your chip.
Got too much dip.
Too much dip on the chip.
Oh no, they
was cute last year.
They fans been yapping, boy.
Hey, they got something to talk about.
It's cool. Finally,
let them talk.
Yeah, hey, that's all. It's cool.
One of my co-hosts on the Pack a Day podcast, who I do every Monday with, he lives in Michigan.
That's unfortunate.
And he said there were Lions fans coming up to him trying to console him, like y'all had a good season, like pat him, like
console is hilarious.
I said, not y'all doing this. Y'all
been there. We've been there before.
I said, not console.
We've been there before. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it is the Player Haters Club.
You don't have to stop yelling at us in these comments. All these caps.
There's somebody at work that be emailing like
you
that.
Raggedy.
Turn your volume down.
Use lowercase letters when you enter this chat.
Tim got me kind of feeling. Tim put something in my ear now. I'm feeling the energy. The energy ain't as pure.
She definitely doing this with some
She pointing at us
with the 2 fingers.
Y'all gonna hit me. We're talking about the D in here. What you talking about?
It's so cold, ain't it?
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely played that earlier. When it get real cold, I play that every single time.
It's cold hurt.
Hey, warming up the car so, but it's
so
cold. She really took the cap lock off though.
Hey, I appreciate that. Take the caps off, Shella.
Oh no, not you. The all caps emailer too.
Oh
no, bro.
Oh, what? Man, every time I read the email, I'll be mad.
Hey,
here she go yelling again. God damn.
Turn your volume down on these emails, bro. Too many words and too many big letters.
But it should be a fun weekend of football. Let me just ask y'all real quick.
Okay.
Who y'all got winning the games? Texans at Chiefs?
I'm going to go.
Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going Texans.
Upset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
The
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I low-key can see the Texans getting upset either,
Yeah,
but the
that's
Chiefs
good.
are the Houdini of hardcore, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Commanders at Lions.
That was a wild one.
I'm going Lions.
I'm going Commanders.
Black quarterbacks.
I give you that, though. The black quarterback.
I'm going Lions, and
Okay.
I'm going Lions because of those running backs.
That's fair. Let's see what the defense can do. Rams at Eagles.
Black quarterback. Yeah,
I'm going Eagles, too.
Rams going to give them some.
Yeah.
But Rams definitely
Woo,
going to
they
give them
gonna give
hell.
them some work.
They'll
Puka
give
them
them hell.
going crazy
Bro,
over there.
that
bro.
Rams offense, dude.
But they in the
That
Stafford.
Eagles defense. Yeah, they are. Yeah. No, I'm going to go Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles, too. But Matt Stafford, when he get cooking,
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
I mean, that engine don't run the same in
the cold.
weather.
No, you right, though.
Hey, Matt been in there before.
Yeah, I was like, he
He
did.
was
from
in
up
the
north.
dome.
He did play
was
in the dome, though.
But he wasn't always at home.
But
played
he
in the
not from the
dome.
north. He from
You act like he
Texas.
had plenty playoff games where he got to go outside. They was at home.
Yeah,
And they
he was
lost.
in the dome. Definitely getting
They
cooked.
went outside and lost.
Getting
I mean,
cooked in the dome.
But I say that as he's been in these environments before. Not
Yeah, but-
Has
necessarily.
he played well?
We're going to have to look that up. That's another topic for another day.
I'm saying he was on dog shit line.
Because he could be a cold weather quarterback.
So are you
He
going?
could play
Are
better
you
in the
going
cold.
Rams? Is that what you saying?
I think I am.
Okay.
You ain't wrong with that. Their offense look good.
Puka them, bro.
We gonna see how that offense look in the cold.
That defensive line, bro. I think they.
That Eagles defense though,
The Eagles' offensive line.
yeah, one of the best ones in the league.
We'll have to see.
Ravens at Bills. I'm
Oh,
going
that's
Ravens.
gonna be
I'm
good
going-
ass
that's the
game, boy.
I'm
Ravens,
going
though.
Ravens though.
Baltimore.
I'm going Ravens. Too. Y'all know how I feel about Allen. I'm going
Negro
Ravens.
quarterback.
Give me
Not
Baltimore.
Not
Good
Negro.
Lord.
Negro.
I mean, I'm just saying he got an old face.
He
You
do.
look like a young Sam Jackson.
But
we here?
he do.
Lamar Jackson looks like a young Sam Jackson.
He does.
Bro, Sam Jackson's been old
I mean,
forever, fam. He just like Morgan Freeman. Them niggas.
He been old since we know him.
Exactly. Came out the
Since
womb.
we know
old.
him, bro.
Let's move into NBA as he pulls
Like
up
Ric Flair.
pictures
You
of.
tell me that ain't Lamar Jackson?
That is Lamar Jackson.
That's funny as
Damn.
hell, dog.
That's crazy.
He definitely like a Black Panther, too.
Damn.
Definitely a Black Panther.
And not the Marvel one.
No,
not the
I'm
Marvel
talking about-
one. He talking about down
Black
with Huey and them.
That's
Well,
Bro, that's crazy.
did Sam Jackson like kidnap?
Cover photo.
Yeah, I know.
That's funny.
Did Sam Jackson like kidnap Martin Luther King, Daddy?
Damn,
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure like he got like kidnapped at like Morehouse or something in the '60s.
If you
I'll find a story.
you remove his first name, it's still L. Jackson.
Samuel. Oh, what?
That's
Lamar-
crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Like
That's
the
funny.
picture, like it went to a Reddit thing. It said 1969, young Sam Jackson joined other students at Morehouse in holding board of trustees hostage over his school curriculum. Among the board was Martin Luther King Sr.
Damn, I won.
Well,
Boy,
I bet Martin Luther King
he done
Jr.
seen
had-
it all, my boy.
Hey.
He done seen it all, my boy.
Martin Luther King Jr. like, nigga, it's on sight when I see that nigga. When I see that nigga at Samuel.
not Samuel. He has a whole name. Samuel L. Jackson's name is always so funny to me because I don't know if people are actually saying the L or if they just finishing
Samuel.
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 You know,
That's how I be saying. I ain't gonna lie.
it ain't Samuel L.
Nah, Samuel L. That sound crazy.
Them big LA.
LL, look at that.
You gonna be talking about you call me Big
Big
L.
LA.
Well, he shouting out the same motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. All right.
That's crazy.
From one motherfucker to another.
Hey, if I could have somebody narrate my life, it would be Samuel L. Jackson.
You damn right, motherfucker.
From Detroit football to Detroit basketball, I gotta shout out the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons have won 10 of their last 12 games. They are 7-1 in 2025, and they are now a half game out of the 6th seed in the East.
She was in her bag with that segue, wasn't she?
On what now? On what podcast C?
She act like she been here before.
Podcast C.
That's a professional podcaster right there.
Do y'all think that the level of play from the Pistons is sus or sustainable?
Again, she in her bag.
Sus or
Sus
sustainable.
or sustainable.
You know what I'm saying? Bing, bing, I see you out here slinging these words around and shit.
Man, my game up.
Sustainable, I will go with.
I would too.
I like Detroit in the moves that they were making in the offseason, because I felt like what they were doing is allowing the younger players to actually develop behind some guys who have come from situations where they've been in winning environments. So, like, before adding the additions of the Malik Beasleys or the Tobiases and things like that, you have players who've been in winning environments with winning coaches and have been successful. So you bringing them in.
Matters.
It does. And then you bring it in with the younger cats, and they're not players that have been known as locker room headaches or anything like that. They've also been cool players that, like, good locker room leaders or things that you've heard good things about in the locker room. So you bring those type of players in, they still want to win. Of course, they go come in like, look, bro, it ain't just about the bag. Sure, cool. Sometimes it can be, but it seemed like the players that they brought in likes to win too. So now
they fit.
They fit well.
They just fit so much better. Like, they got shooting around Cade finally.
Again, you always bury the lead. It's Cade.
It's Cade.
It's Cade.
That's the big.
But Cade is always like. I feel like some things like that is like a given.
But
Yeah,
it
but I mean, like,
wasn't
he's
with
making a
Cade
jump.
because he's made. That's why they're playing so well. He's an all-star this year.
I feel like with Cade, he's always been that good. He's just been hurt.
No, the level of control that Cade has in his game now is not the same Cade Cunningham we saw 2-3 years ago. He has a different mastery of his game. He knows how to play at his speed. He knows how to use his size to his advantage. Him having the teammates, the vets, them people that you was talking about, him having them just opened up the court for him, because if they do show attention to him, he got guys he can kick to and can knock the shot down. Like the game they had last night against the Knicks, which that's when I text y'all like, I like watching the Pistons play basketball, man. And in the game, like he had 4 fouls in the first half. Damn. Yeah, he had no rhythm. Third quarter, he scored the first 11 points for the Pistons. He had 18 points in the third. Finished with 29 points in the second half alone. At the end of the game, the Knicks by that point said, "We just gonna trap this nigga. Like we are not about to let you have the ball in your hand." He makes the right pass to Tim Hardaway Jr., who makes the right pass to Malik Beasley. You can't leave Beasley open for three.
Nowhere.
And Beasley was 6 of 8 from 3 last night.
Okay.
Like,
He was cooking already.
Yes.
Not a hot Beasley.
He scored the last 2 threes because they trapped Cade 2 back-to-back possessions, and Beasley got a 3 off both of them possessions. Like, the team makes so much more sense. And when you look at the state of the East, like, the Pistons gonna stay there.
Like they'll definitely be playing. They'll be fighting for a playing spot. Maybe they might push somebody around a 5-6 spot.
If Ivy didn't get hurt, I definitely would be on that with you. But with Ivy out, I think that play-in is probably going to be where they are. But I wouldn't be surprised if they win their play-in matchup and they end the playoffs this year.
I don't know if it'll happen because he don't want to go there. But there is like a lot of like nepotism stuff between the Suns and the Pistons, and if there's a natural landing spot for Bradley Beal, that would make sense. Like he just slots right into what they have for Jaden Ivey. Like have that be their go-to scorer. Like it's actually a really good basketball situation for Beal. Like if he's willing to go.
And Detroit got young pieces, to
and that will unlock the Jimmy. Like that's why they're talking about. It's like that will unlock the Jimmy move. But it's like if that's the move that they make, like I could see that kind of like, you know, not no pun intended, but like that's the hit the gas on the Pistons because like that's basically what they need is like a go-to scorer.
Yeah,
and if Beal can still be that, then
they got something.
They got a lot of dogs, like young dogs on that squad right now.
I think like all they have to give up is Tim Hardaway.
Oh yeah, that ain't bad.
That'd be wild.
That ain't bad. So yeah, I just want to shout out the Pistons. I feel like they need some shine because they have been hooping. Cade Cunningham is taking the leap. Cade keep playing the way that he's playing. He might not just be an all-star. He might be all NBA. Like for real. Like that's how good Cade Cunningham is hooping right now. So I just want to give Detroit some love. Let's give some love to no. We'll save that. We'll save that, Ken. We're gonna come to that. We're gonna come to that next. We're gonna come to that.
I was ready to tune it up. Let's get
it was the segue was there.
Yeah, it was. I was ready for it.
It was there. But let's talk NBA trade deadline since that's coming up soon.
Okay. So NBA trade deadline. I was trying to get the time right. But the NBA trade deadline is February 6th. We are about 3 weeks away from there. So I am curious to know, is there anyone... Well, there's a lot of competition in the NBA right now. A lot of teams are still in play. Trade deadline by now, we've heard a little bit of something about something, at least. But it's really been like, outside of Jimmy them, like it's really been kind of quiet. And I feel like it's due to the competition around the league. Like there's so many teams now, literally within arm's reach of a spot to either play in or in a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, do you feel like this year's trade deadline will have little or how much activity do you think that we're going to see coming up?
That's a good question. How much activity will we see this NBA trade deadline?
Well, I want to push back against one thing. Like, not push back necessarily, but I don't think that is necessarily that everybody is in competition. I think that's part of it. Like, everybody thinks that they're still in it, so nobody's selling.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think it's the CBA. Like, I think it's just harder to make in-season trades now, especially, like, big ones. Like, given how big the salaries are and how many restrictions there are, like, I think a third of the league can't take back more money than they send out. Like, you have another, like, the top 10 teams as far as salary-wise, like, they literally can't make them. They can't combine salaries to make a trade. So it's all these mechanisms that used to allow more transactions in season. Or, like, just think about it, like, how many teams have to cobble together, like, 4 or 5 players just to get up to match salary to get Jimmy. It's like, it's damn near impossible. Like, you can't keep that many players on your team at one time.
Right.
So, like, it makes it hard mechanically to create trades. That being said, NBA front offices are creative. And where there's a will, there's usually a way. And I think that there will be moves. I just don't think that there will be, like, league shifting moves necessarily. But, like, the things around the margins, like, there's gonna be moves made there.
Yeah, I think Eric summed that up very beautifully. I am curious to see, the Jimmy Butler thing feels like one of the first dominoes that needs to fall for other moves to be made. I'm curious to see what happens with Brandon Ingram. That's a name that you've been hearing a lot this offseason. I'm curious to hear if anything happens with Zach LaVine and Vucevic in Chicago as well.
Yeah, I'm about to say LaVine for sure.
Like,
he been hooping.
Zach LaVine been, man.
I always think of Tony. Whenever I hear Zach LaVine, because my man's been championing him forever.
He put numbers up, though.
He hooping right now.
I got him on my fantasy. He definitely.
I don't know if I want to derail the conversation. We're having a conversation at Christmas, and they were like the Celtics were playing, and they're like, Jaylen Brown, he the best Celtic. He better than Jason Tatum. I'm like, if Jaylen Brown had his own team, he would be Zach LaVine.
Ooh. But he got better defense than LaVine.
Yeah, shit.
You don't
if he's your number one option on offense, like, there's a ceiling there.
You don't think you?
I mean,
you would have to have, like, the perfect compliments around him, but, like, I think that it would top out at Zach LaVine.
I think Zach LaVine. I think he gives you more defense than Zach LaVine, so I don't think it's a one-on-one comp. But I think Zach LaVine's offensive game, people don't put enough respect on it because he's been hurt the last few years.
He a bucket,
but you see him this year fully healthy and how it looks when he's able to float. And his bag offensively is a little bit deeper than Brown's bag. So, like,
he a bucket.
You know what I mean? Like,
offensively,
offensively, LaVine is
Brown's defense lends to the two-way aspect, what helps any team build around them as well.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have to get a bunch of defenders around you because you can't play no damn defense, but I can get the guys that are switchable or a little bit more offensive oriented that play some defense because I know you can lock some shit up. That helps me build a little bit different.
I'd rather give me the buckets. I can put some D around you. I'll put some defense around you. Give me the buckets.
Like, I mean, like, that's
which version of Dame though?
Yeah, Portland Dame or
is there a difference?
Yes.
Are we sure?
We haven't seen that yet.
Yep, there's a difference for sure.
I'm just saying, like, if we had
playoff Dame different, well,
we ain't seen really too much of that.
I mean,
he got hurt.
He got hurt,
but he started off with a bang.
He was hurt
bang. Not the first game. He got hurt like the second or third in that series.
I thought he got hurt right before the playoffs. Kind of.
Well, he wasn't fully healthy heading into the playoffs, but he was healthy enough to hoop.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt where he couldn't hoop no more, and then he came back and just played injured, which he probably shouldn't have.
Although Chris' ankles were apparently about to fall off the bone.
I thought he was going to say his ankles was being mailed. I was like, damn.
Shaolin said maybe a hot take, but if the Bucks don't make a decent sized move at the deadline, they will be a play-in team. I mean, they might be a play-in team right now. So
I don't think the Bucks will be play-in. I think the Bucks finish top 6. I think the Bucks finish.
They're number 6 right now.
I think they finish.
Well, I mean, Detroit is coming on. Indiana has righted the ship. I don't know what's going to happen with Miami. I'm just saying, like, these are teams that have been playing
Indiana on a
recently.
6-game winning streak. Indiana.
Oh yeah, Indiana is, but I'm not. I don't think they finished 7 or 8. But not the Bucks. Not the Buckaroos.
I'm just saying it's not out of the realm
I don't know
where we at right now. Like I don't even think
it's not out of the realm of possibility at all. I'm just telling you, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, this is the time that they need to have been making up ground to build up a sizable league, and
they saving it, Eric. They're saving it so that after all, let's hold on. Let me speak this into existence. Let me try to manifest this real quick, okay? They speaking into existence, y'all, okay? Because what's gonna happen, right? They
you can't even get it.
I can't say it with a straight face. What's gonna happen, right? February when the schedule gets rough, right? The Bucks gonna start putting them wins to get over these top teams like bam, bam, bam. After All-Star break, they're gonna be rolling. March is tough. They're gonna come out and they're gonna have a great March, and it's gonna fuel that Giannis MVP conversation, and then he finally gets number 3.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Okay. Speaking into existence.
Okay. All right, so that's the end of the clip. Now, for the real conversation, this is the same stuff that we were saying about the Packers in like mid-November, where it's like, oh, they got hard games coming up. They haven't beat anybody yet, but they about to, and Jordan Love gonna be the MVP. And
I think I lost that narrative. Yeah, but you said all that.
But we did say like this was their opportunity to put together some big wins, and they still didn't beat anybody.
Well, the Bucks ain't gonna have too many chances to beat the top in the East, but they gonna have chances to beat the top in the West, and we saw them do that with the NBA Cup. So, like, I know they can. It's just like, now do it. All right, and we can take Charlene comment down too, dude.
And I think that honestly, like, there's context for why they've struggled post NBA Cup, which has to do with like player health. And not even injuries, like just health.
Yeah. But all right, now let's talk about your topic of the weekend.
All right, man. So,
yeah,
we're gonna talk about.
It is so not garbage.
Me and Camille's boy. Me and Camille are heavy on the ball, brothers.
Brothers.
I said brothers. You look at it, kind of. But no, we've been heavy on them. As you guys know, there has been, a song out there by our boy Jello.
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa.
And by the power of social media, my man signed a deal with definitely Universal Music Group. And then they said something about him getting a label or something too.
And he owns all.
And he owns all his music and everything. So that's dope. What, 13 million?
Yep, with $8 million guaranteed. He getting an NBA contract to rap. This man, I think he got Rolling Loud too. Like he getting the rap career is gonna take off for Jello.
Hey man.
Never lost.
Where that daddy at? I'll be on every single new. Or you couldn't get me off of TV right now.
I just don't get how y'all. I don't get how y'all don't like that song.
Tell him
I
TikTok
love it, fam.
before it leaves.
You said what?
Tell him to think TikTok before it leaves.
It don't matter. It hit.
It does matter.
It hit.
Hey, listen, social media is gonna be used.
Social media.
I heard other songs besides that one. He got some though. He got some, but he got him one.
That's fine.
It only take one.
I might swear, been that like that. Y'all don't feel
that
nothing
one got
when
him
y'all hear
$13
I
million.
say it's catchy. It ain't don't make it good.
Y'all forget that Lonzo rap. Lonzo had.
Whoa! I gotta remember that.
Hey, Lonzo song.
What about his career made me remember that he's supposed to rap?
I'm not gonna. I got a couple Zoe songs.
Yeah, Zoe wasn't trash, man. So running the family.
I didn't
bro.
call him
trash.
He just said he don't remember.
They
which is
musical
fair.
out here,
which is fair. He been doing. We ain't heard no new Zoe music in years because he been getting a new knee.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I seen something recently. He was featured on another song.
That nigga went to Wakanda to get a
he out here doing experimental surgery that ain't never been done.
He playing shit.
That's what I said. Vibranium knee.
Sly said that song fire. See? Man, I'm telling you.
It's polarizing.
It's slap.
It's definitely polarized.
It's a hit. Tim hasn't grown on you yet?
No.
Oh.
Well, you know Tim hater.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah,
wait till I need the remix with Boosie on it.
Ooh,
someone did a social media spoof and they did a remix with Nelly, Boosie, and BG. And I was like, and T.I. verse was cold.
Was on there on what?
The little fake T.I. verse was cold.
I can see T.I. on there.
I need it.
I was saying before the show, like, I don't appreciate my childhood being vintage now. Like
we all.
I know. I'm just saying I don't like it. I don't like that we're here now.
I'm going to a 20-year high school reunion in June. 20 years, fam. Hey, bro, relax. Nigga, you almost there too.
Hey, the way you brought it out and set it up, my guy.
We 2 years away, brother.
You 2 years away.
I ain't there though.
Hey, 2 years, nigga. Them 2 years go quick.
I know shit. It was 2020 yesterday.
It sure was. It sure was. Sly said that he need crit on that. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, that'd be fine.
Just call me a boomer.
Boomer E.
Wow, Boomer is hilarious.
Kids these days, disrespectful.
Oh,
Not the kids these
that
days.
nigga said Boomer, man.
Big Boomer energy.
That's crazy.
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. I just.
Now, do any other lyrics from that song?
Now what I will say about getting older, I do not know song lyrics no more. I used to make fun of my mom because she would mess up all the lyrics. I'm like, Mama.
I'll be like, yeah. Then the hook come in. I can do the hook.
Right.
I got the hook.
I don't know many new song lyrics. Like if I learn the lyrics to your song in this big age of mine now, I really like it.
One
Like
song released in the last 5 years, I know every word to, and
What's
that
that?
is Not Like Us.
I don't even know all the words to that.
I don't even.
I know a lot of them.
I know my favorite part. Freaky ass nigga. That's my favorite.
You love
part.
you a freaky ass nigga.
Hey, for sure.
Whoa. And then
And
you
he
agreed.
confirmed it.
And then you
Christ.
agreed. Let's move into
Jesus.
wrestling.
This
'cause
nigga
my
diabolical.
oh.
Shit, I heard it differently. I'm sorry. The freaky guy took me off.
You know what?
That couldn't have worked out better. That's exactly what I planned.
I know. He set me up for the hokey.
So Penta made his WWE debut, and it was my first time seeing him wrestle. All I kept hearing was the hype, and everybody was so excited about him coming. He making his intro, Michael Cole talking about be prepared to be wild. And I was like, I better be wild because y'all are hyping this man up like crazy. I will be very clear. I am a WWE fan and WWE only. I do not have time to watch more than one wrestling promotion.
Man.
I be watching
Shit, now they
League
got
Pass.
2-3 hour shows.
Man,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
Plus
keep
NXT.
up. I can only watch one, and the one I watch is WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my first time seeing him wrestle, and he can really wrestle.
Yeah, he's good.
I was wild. You were right, Michael Cole. I was
really good.
Give me
wild.
very strong LaParco vibes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's his aesthetic that make you think of LaParco.
Well, I mean,
What?
like the dance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like how but he's really good. Like he was in AEW, like putting on like amazing matches. Like he was the best thing running when everybody was getting hurt in AEW. Like he was keeping shit together.
What do y'all think his ceiling is in the WWE?
It's high.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that
Like
high.
world championship high?
I mean,
He's old too.
He
He's old as shit.
AJ
39.
Styles was old too when he got here.
and
Tony
but,
Nine?
AJ Styles might be the greatest wrestler of all time.
Ooh.
In ring,
Yeah,
I'm saying like
in the ring, AJ Styles up
We
there.
gotta make
Shit,
that a
and-
I think
conversation
he
next
might
week.
be. He's
No,
in the
no, no.
conversation.
I don't.
Yeah, he's
I'm
in the
not saying
conversation.
ooh because I think you're wrong. I'm saying ooh because that's interesting.
I got a nice.
Yeah, next week.
Oh yeah,
that's-
we
we'll
can get
talk
into
about
it.
this
We'll
next
tap
I mean,
in.
you've got people that wrestled like prime Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, like
Yeah,
AJ
that's
Styles
pinnacle.
one of the ones. Like,
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
pinnacle,
don't
yeah.
disagree. I just think the conversation is gonna be
Oh
fun.
yeah, we can have a good
Next week.
Let's get it.
I was actually introduced to Penta via
Fly all time.
Ah,
AJ Styles is that guy.
AJ Styles.
Like
is
for
up
real,
there.
for real. Like
He-
he's-
he
yeah.
definitely
he can be
belongs
in the
in the
conversation.
conversation.
Yeah, he can be in the
For sure.
conversation. Not the
No,
though.
I was introduced to Penta via Lucha Underground.
Oh, okay.
Him and Ricochet had like 4 matches.
Oh,
down
I
that
can see
motherfucker.
them.
They was
Yeah.
going crazy.
Oh, the flip flopping and shit.
Right.
Boy, they was going like if you get a chance, they had like 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah,
They
all
had
you
a
see
triple
is this
threat match,
all day.
but like they had back to back. Bro, them motherfuckers. So when I didn't catch them in AEW like that. Like I seen a couple.
But we know how
AEW
you feel about
shows.
AEW.
Mm.
Right, but and I seen
No, he was
like I
putting
seen
on
like
the
a
match.
match or two. Like, but for me, when
He
I
was
seen it,
mostly
I
attacking.
immediately said what.
he was mostly attacking with his brother too.
Yeah.
And I like them.
Yeah.
But you know, my mind immediately went to Lucha Underground with it. Now, like, yeah, he is older, but he really can put on the show. And WWE seems to always be looking for that next luchador that they get you
Yeah.
put at the top of the
Oh,
card.
shit, they all like before he even debuted, like they already leaked it.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
buy this mask.
Right.
Buy this merch.
Get
And
it
like
merch.
Michael Cole,
Get it
the
now.
worst kept secret in the industry when
Yeah.
he came out.
Yeah.
But like, bro, really can. If he can still put on a couple really good, well, not a couple, like he needs about like a year worth of just
I think
high quality joints, bro. He can get there. Yes,
I think his run is gonna be like, and I don't even mean this as a slide. I just think this is where he'll slide in. Is like he's gonna be like Shinsuke, where it's like
Mm.
he's like one of them dudes where he might like hover like around the main event. He never gonna be the guy. He may or may not
might
get
get
a
one or
title, but like I think he'll wind up being like the final boss of the mid card. which is not a slight.
Yeah,
But it's a great spot.
Yeah,
to
I
be
could. Yeah, that's where I was thinking. Like, I don't know if he's a world champion, but like
Nah.
he can wrestle,
Yeah,
and
he
he
can
got
wrestle.
an electric personality too.
Mhm.
So
He's
speak
doing the
English?
sets up.
He really.
I love
Mhm.
I love when people go back and forth. Like if you bilingual, like he was talking in English, then he started talking in Spanish, and the crowd was going hype, and I was like, dang, I wish I
And
knew
he was in San
Spanish.
Diego.
San Jose.
San Jose. I'm sorry.
Dang, I wish I knew Spanish. I'm about to get on Duolingo,
Como
fam.
esta?
And Charlotte said they're gonna water him down, which I think
They
that's
probably
fine.
will.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
They are.
You don't need him to
They
go
always
crazy.
do because that damn the last two finishes that he had, like both of them damn near on the back of the head and top of the neck type shit. So
Hey, that
they
Mexican
gonna water that bitch
destroyer
down.
was cold.
It was. And Chad sold the fuck.
I was gonna say Chad Gable.
That was a perfect
That was
first
perfect.
match.
Yeah, perfect.
And because
Perfect opponent. Go ahead.
I was thinking about
No,
it
no,
this
that's your
morning,
boy.
bro.
No, talking about Chad Gable.
It's funny because I was on the way to work. I was thinking about this match, and Chad Gable being the one that he. I was like, dude, it really does suck for him because I don't know if it's one of those things where we was watching a match last night, and I was like, if they didn't want Kurt Angle's son to be a 6'5" black guy, Chad Gable definitely could have pulled that shit off.
He would have been perfect.
He's always been very Kurt Angle like, and I'm
Yeah.
sure he inspired him like a motherfucker because he was an Olympian and shit like that too. Like the whole route, the whole move set, the way he wrestles, the technician that he is
Kinda
always
shocked.
Kurt. But I feel like out of respect for Kurt Angle, they won't let him be that.
What the hell?
They'll get him very
I don't-
close, but not
I
necessarily.
think that again, like we're talking about spots. Like I think that's the perfect spot for him. Like sometimes
Exactly, it is.
you need a Dolph Ziggler, where it's just like somebody to make everybody else look good.
Okay, since we talk about Dolph, hot take, I think Dolph is going to be at the Rumble.
Dolph Ziggler?
Yes.
Ooh, let's
been killing
He was
it.
trying to burn it down on the way out.
But
though.
he's been killing it in
Hey.
TNA, and they got their partnership.
They do got that partnership.
They got the partnership. He been killing it. Fam.
Let's
Anybody in TNA, I'm always that's
an open door. Let's talk Rumble. And Shaolin said he wants in on that conversation about best in
shit,
ring.
that's in like 2 weeks.
Yes, the Rumble is coming up.
All right, I'm gonna have to throw it together, but Royal Rumble
Announcement.
Royal Rumble, we are doing it again. I did not
Hey.
realize, like, it's so much shit because we just had the Netflix thing. We
Yep.
got Saturday Night Main Event again next week,
Yeah.
and then the week after that is the Rumble.
Which, by the way, Gunter Jey Uso should feed the streets.
so. With that being said, Jey Uso in it.
In the Rumble, you talking about?
Mhm.
Yep.
You got John Cena in it.
Yep.
Mhm.
You got Seth making an announcement on
Yep.
Monday.
Mhm.
Punk making an announcement on Monday.
Yep.
Roman.
You got
Roman.
Roman,
Drew McIntyre.
Mac, and like
Huge.
at this
LA
point,
Knight.
right?
It's gonna be one of the
Yeah.
biggest Rumbles.
At this point right now, and I'm done thinking about wrestling this morning. I was like, they trying to make it early 2000s vibe where it's
This
just
gonna be
star.
Remember,
You like any
remember
match.
Ric Flair made it when he came back. When
No,
he when
in
he
the
came to the
90s?
in the WWE when they had it was like him, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk,
Hulk
yeah,
Hogan.
yeah, Hulk Hogan, yeah, everybody. So it's like literally all the top guys
Even in
like, in the
the
Rumble.
Attitude Era,
Right, the
Rumbles
Attitude
where
Era is
you
what I
would
was
have Stone
Mhm.
Cold, you would have The
Taker,
Rock,
Kane.
Triple H,
Yeah.
Tane. That's a Tane.
That was one of the things that I look back. I went back and watched like every Royal Rumble match.
Uh-huh.
Not everyone, but like of the Attitude Era. 2000 was garbage.
2000 was?
That was the one that The Rock won. Like it was literally him and Big Show were like the only main eventers in that match. Like everybody else is like, "Hey, Banger Mosh, you not gonna win the Royal Rumble. Like, why are you out here?"
And that's what makes the Rumble fun when it's so many different people. Like, man, the storylines could go in all these
Mhm.
different ways. I don't really know who I think is going to win it.
And with the bangers coming in, like you don't have too many. Like some, like you were saying before, prior ones are like, okay, it's a lot of mid carders, but like, boy, unless y'all really finna
Kofi
swerve
Kingston,
everybody,
like, you gonna have a good spot, but you're not gonna win.
right? Like, other than that, we know you're not winning. It's gonna be one of these guys. But with all of these guys in this one, it really can.
I have no
be.
idea.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
have
be lit.
We don't even
idea.
know if Randy Orton coming back in time yet or not.
Ooh.
Like
AJ
Randy,
Styles.
AJ Styles could
Ooh.
still show back up in
Exactly,
time
that's
and
what I'm
shit.
saying.
Like
It's
you
plenty.
have shit. That
Yeah.
there's been word on the street that Malachi Black might be done over there in AEW.
Listen,
I heard he already been down there in the.
I mean, his wife there.
Yeah, I heard he already been there.
we said it a while ago, but if we get to number 30 and the Rumble going on, then we hear that countdown clock go one more time.
The Rock.
I think The
Boss.
Rock would come out
31.
at 31. I do. I'll put it on tape again.
But to lose,
I don't know. But I think Final Boss 30 coming out at 31. Like it's only 30 minutes in this match, and he said, "No, listen. I'm on the board. Y'all can put me in." The Final Boss said
he was on NXT cussing like a motherfucker.
he was cussing.
They
Like
say
a
he was
mug on
wilding on
CW.
NXT.
Bro, he act like he thought they was on Netflix.
He didn't cuss at all on that.
Oh, he didn't cuss none. on the world where he could cuss.
Because he was
didn't
doing the
cuss
company
on.
wide tour. He had guests in the
But
building.
he wait till he get on network TV because fuck that. I was like, God damn.
The worst fucking name. Like, you ain't even have to cuss there. Like,
He had to cuss it all. I'm like, no.
He was cussing like Tim.
He was catching up.
I was like, the Rockets going crazy.
He was catching up on the
like
words he lost.
It's like them kids that learn how to cuss. They just put the words in. It's like, this don't even make sense.
I was like, fam, going crazy. I love it though.
Sly said, I have the year when The Rock won and everyone was in that hoe, and Jeff Hardy did a swanton bomb from the highest peak.
Jeff Hardy, man.
Jeff Hardy
was, like, we knew Jeff Hardy wasn't winning the 2000 World. that was all my point. Like,
black people love Jeff Hardy.
He love us too.
Did you see that TikTok earlier?
Yeah, he fucks with us, man.
It was a black dude who was like, look, ain't no motherfucker with like people that look like us that knew Jeff Hardy, like the black folk.
Yeah, but we
it was like because Jeff said that if he, what did he say? There was something that he said recently was like if he had like he took a different route or some shit like that he would have been like the greatest
as big as like
as big as like John Cena them and shit like that.
If he wasn't on drugs, he
could have been. He was like, if I'd have went this route, I would have been as big as them. And then the dude cut was like, look, everybody that fucked with him around that time is like this. We'll not argue with you. No, I won't at all. We all wanted Jeff to be that big at that time.
Yeah. Jeff was the one.
Drugs wasn't that great anymore.
So who?
He actually wasn't that great.
No, he really. But it was just his personality.
I mean, it's like look at Jey Uso, where it's like the moveset ain't
charismatic enigma.
Yeah.
That gets you a long way.
But the Rumble should be fun. I'm looking forward
to
the
men's Rumble at least. Because they have they've announced all them dudes for the men's Rumble.
Not a word.
Not a single person, not a single woman has come out and be like, I'm in the women's Royal Rumble. Like, I don't even know if they have in the match.
They had a big,
I think, isn't Nia Jax the only one who said anything about it?
I believe so.
On Raw.
She I
think she's the only person I've seen. I'm trying to think. I think it is.
So like people online, they keep trying to throw out the Triple H don't mess with black wrestlers. No, but like he really hasn't booked the women outside of Rhea. He hasn't really booked it strong.
No.
Maybe Charlotte needs to come back.
That's what I'm thinking is that like they're trying to keep it hushed so like then all the surprises are going to be in the women because like Becky, Charlotte,
Alexa Bliss,
Alexa.
We ain't seen her in like
Carmella.
And she's clear too.
Well, I don't know. Corey Graves mad, so maybe not. But
the hell is up with that?
I don't know
what's going on.
We'll see. It might be a work.
It could be.
I forgot about her. She is.
Who, Alexa Bliss?
No, Carmella.
Oh, Carmella.
You look all right.
This man here.
I'm sure like they'll have like NXT women are cooking, so I'm assuming
maybe some of them
are coming up.
It's
like,
a lot of them.
Just lost her title, so she probably is debuting. So
who did?
Roxanne Perez.
I think Trick.
Really
I think Trick gonna debut on the men's side too. Speaking of NXT debuts, I think woo the pop. Shaolin added, "This will be the best Rumble in the world if I don't have to see the Hurricane again." What's up with that? What you got against the Hurricane?
The Hurricane is hilarious.
There's a hurricane coming through.
What's up with that? What you hating?
Sly said he wants to see Sable come back. I don't know if you've seen her recently, but she is unrecognized.
She is a whole mom. She has
with a whole nother face.
And then Sly also added Jada, please. Which
Jada,
yes sir.
Yeah.
Miss Parker,
yes sir.
But yeah, I would like to see some more
attention
paid to the women in general and the women's Royal Rumble specifically.
I agree with you.
I think it'll all come out. Like I trust Triple H at this point. So
yeah, he hasn't showed us the reason why.
So I'm excited. Netflix, WWE, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it so far. Quick hits, we gonna get out of here. Just some quick coaching news. Mike McCarthy is out as the Dallas Cowboys head coach.
They pretty much.
The Saints and the Bears reportedly have interest in him.
It makes sense.
Former Packer, come on over to the Bears.
But for real though, Mike McCarthy is not a bad coach.
He's not a bad
good
coach.
like program establisher. Like
he'll put the fundamentals down.
Yeah, and
he's the
y'all do need.
We need that. That's what we need.
Somebody compare like stats of McCarthy
and Tomlin because I actually have that
and Sean Payton, and it's very equal. Across the board.
Hold on, let me find it. It was like which. I hate that Apple changed the
photos.
I can't find nothing in this mug no more.
Nothing,
they had Coach A and Coach B.
Okay.
And which one would you take? Both have 18 seasons of head coaching experience. Both have 12 playoff appearances. Coach A has one more division title, 8-7.
Okay.
And then Coach A's playoff record is 11-11, and Coach B's record is 8-11. And it's like, which coach would you take? most people, of course, are going to lean to the one that has the 500 record and the one more division title. And when you look at who it is, that's Mike McCarthy over Mike Tomlin.
That's nuts.
To that point, this tweet says Mike McCarthy needs a better publicist. Playoff appearances, McCarthy 12, Tomlin 12, Peyton 10. Division titles, McCarthy 8, Tomlin 7, Peyton 7. Playoff win-loss record, McCarthy 11-11, Peyton 9-9, Tomlin 8-11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike
that's
McCarthy in the back.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad at that if they made that decision. At least at least I know what we're getting.
You do. That is very fair.
With him. So I was like, I'll be fine. I never gonna come in and go, do what he do. We go get tired of him after a while.
He's a floor raiser.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
And I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
And when your floor is the basement,
that's fucked up. That is
now.
Is it wrong?
But it's true.
With that being said, the Cowboys are also looking for a new head coach, and there have been some news that Deion Sanders has had some exploratory conversations with Jerry Jones about possibly being the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Then y'all tell me you want to leave Colorado?
Yeah,
that's what it seemed like.
I don't see he's leaving. Because the only reason why is because Primetime has it made. He can do it his way. He can do it the prime way. Don't have to worry about nobody breathing down his neck. He can do his thing. In Dallas, Jerry is not going to let you just do whatever you want to do.
But he's Deion Sanders. He has given a lot to that franchise.
He's not. Damn, I almost said something crazy as hell. He's not. He is not going to allow Deion Sanders. I want to say. Yeah, he ain't gonna let that nigga come in and run his plantation. Hell no.
No, Ken.
Wait, has he had a black coach?
No.
I don't think Jerry Jones has had a black coach.
He's never had a black coach. And I'm not saying he's racist, but I'm just saying.
He was outside of the school building when they wasn't letting niggas in.
I'm just saying.
It's time to end the show.
I'm just saying.
My headphones fell off.
I'm just saying. And then you gonna let the other niggas come in? Shit.
Deion.
Primetime shining? You gonna let Primetime grinning? Shucking and jiving?
He ain't gonna.
Fuck out of here.
I mean, that's.
WB Frogging? Hell no.
You call Deion Sanders the WB Frog? You are out of pocket.
Time out. Put him in a corner.
You are out of pocket. You are
where you at on his ass.
Hey, man.
You out of that pocket.
Hey man.
What's that one meme? Open the door. Hey.
You got it. Like that one. You need to leave.
Deion gonna be in Colorado next year.
You need to leave.
It's gonna be in Colorado.
I almost continued on your train of thought,
going.
but I stopped myself. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Hey.
We're gonna move on to this last point, which is that the Patriots have their head coach, Mike Vrabel.
Makes sense.
So there you go.
Definitely makes sense.
He's
a good. He's a couple. He's a decent coach too. What's the name? Mayo just got.
They set that man up.
That's what I'm saying. He literally got set up to fail. So that's But then again, they knew what they was getting. He didn't have any experience. So you go from like zero experience from one of the best coaches ever coached.
So with that, I would have thought they would have had more leniency with him, knowing that he's
at least
going to need to learn.
Yeah.
He's going to need to learn how to do this.
And then they preferred white guy came available. So.
But how can you rate somebody just by 1 year, knowing that he doesn't have the experience
or the team?
Yeah. So this year
setup. It was.
Yeah,
Vrabel didn't want to follow Belichick directly because he knew this was going to be a shitty year. Mm-hmm. Now they set up with a bunch of cap space, top 4 pick or whatever it is.
Vrabel gonna come in and look like the same.
They got their franchise quarterback already, so he don't have to sit through the growing pains of that.
Yeah, maybe looking alright.
Vrabel was a former Patriot.
He was.
Yeah, so was Gerard
Mayo though.
Oh yeah, Mayo was. Yeah,
that was Bill Belichick's hand-picked. Successor.
He said they put it in his contract and everything.
Belichick, I don't know if you saw it too, but Gronk was also very when he saw that they fired Mayo, he was like, I can't believe this. Mm-hmm. Like, what a set, pretty much a setup.
Yeah, a setup for sure.
That's the show this week, y'all. We hope that y'all enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Happy to be back in the studio in person. Doing the show. As a reminder, stop. I thought you was doing gang signs again. Peace at that time.
Peace and love.
I mean, you rotated about 65 degrees.
Right. Some looking a little different than peace signs do if you start to.
He's like, whoa.
Well, we hope y'all enjoyed the show this week. As a reminder, make sure you share the show with your people.
Please do.
Tell someone about Tech File. If you in the YouTube comments live, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, being part of the show live. Shaolin, reminder, get at us. We got to talk.
Yeah.
We got to talk shop,
brother. Get us up.
And
Shaolin's like a couple seconds behind.
Might be. So you're gonna see this probably when we actually at your songs
Yeah,
in the show. But get up
B.
with us. And as a reminder, make sure you follow us on our various social media platforms at Technical Foul, TECKNICALFOUL on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok until that's gone.
Hey.
Technical Foul Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe, share it, tell people about us, all that good stuff.
Do it.
And yeah, we appreciate y'all. We're going to get out of here. If you want to follow me personally on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and PSN at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE.
At
That's all you get.
At Bucksparrow. Also, reminder, check Royal Rumble pool. I'll have the information up this week.
Yeah. Check our socials. We will post it for sure.
Indeed. Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. Hey, here's 216 on Twitter, Snapchat, and Blue Sky.
And make them all the same.
It is though. It only just I couldn't do every day on.
Then change it to 216.
I can do it on Instagram.
Oh, someone already got it.
Yep.
Dang. Do D K Harris 216.
Well, then it's gonna be different again.
Yeah, but at least it's in the same family.
Niggas the world.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I miss you, bro.
Shout you got to
come on back.
Yeah, we're gonna end it before as we cue up your outro. Shaolin said, in all seriousness, I appreciate y'all. It would be an honor. I rock with y'all heavy, nothing but love. Tech File fam. I have my people, call your people.
Hey.
You call Dooch. You hit us up.
That's our people.
That's our people.
That's our people. That's our manager. You call Dooch, and we'll get back to you. But no, for real, y'all appreciate y'all for rocking with Tech File this week. Make sure y'all come on back next week.
Come on back, you hear? Old ass niggas.
We are though. We are though.
Hit him hard. Let's go.
What's up, dude?
Running back like where's my replay? Got it all in the mix, no DJs. Said it's hard in the game like eat down miscellaneous. Spitting real talk for the entertainment. All the pods I stand the game up and they get stuck back down like WrestleMania. Tell them that the better get they know ready at a home city and don't get it boxed. Even on the low setting and you know what you say.
You start going too fast.
My man was just warming up in the beginning.
Oh, we need the lyrics.
Them cameras and microphones.
That's
what gotta run this race with my try.
We're gonna do the ad-lib too.
Going live with the pie.
Hey.
Hey.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hey. That nigga snap, man.